Head of Economics Department, University of Ghana, Legon. Yenene between komo afa ye economy no ho CD dollar $24 inflation ya kike ka ho nyina IMF. Omo na eja omo aye ho research e won munim de nti ye bepese ye betie no efa sa asemi ehum. Prof ya macha no pay.
Ya Kwame.
Boko de.
Kwame anyo boko na anka mani bagisa nka obe premier ebra economy no anyama eya kama na chesanka wotimi akasa yi but be je grade o kasa kra da wa wotimi se wura ho.
Prof Nedi Kai Bronin baby sir, how did we get here? Eba na saying ni abedu baby edui.
Kwame sanka o am lecturer na me o student anka ma predict for question me ba. Because me know time here no that's the first thing me say baby sir.
I see.
Na Kwame, me biao sa ayi ade free hack. Kwame, when we say in 1999, 2000 and early part of 2001, sa CDR air falling against major currencies. No, the same problem. Yenyai. Na me kaipa if you say Sabreno, ye farm lecturer in 2000, May 2000. Na branch check it one. Na ja menya mi see some person mi toka ja use car. Na there be a minute kaka kan hu bia nipa na odi brem no oh duty no cost for because the dollar and CD no and me bread pie took about 8 months after meeting at 10-year-old car.
I see.
And me kaipa 2014 Sasem we are as buy so okay and central bank at the measures be buy ye nyina ye kaseti can say we be our foreign account to be ultimate and withdraw. Okay.
Make up
and yes, I be drew baby away. And no HSA your fundamental problem. Our acquire your password, your manage your economy.
Okay.
And that is the problem that we have. Now me mau and yama with the Bakube analogy, but in Bakube the principles of economics.
Okay.
Now analogy am de mau in 1995. Na me student e wo legon na me kwa akoma dan me so mani gida me ho pa anti me tida me ho
I see.
na da me ho obi a din komo e na papa je ti mo din enema mo aye din sika so aye printi say ye di e paper na printi anka yin titi hayi na nka wa printi sika na obi anya bia ne se nka ye bring na wa hu da me ho se de amkrofo sika sa nti branch me ti hu di o mo kasa wie o mo huru jerry papa kasa to me ya how you say dinam disas afa no kan de anka wompa before me from ye krachi na me bi samo krom ha say adwuma ye tomatoes na jabanchi ene bolia ye kopa ba ene nyama o gidi say papa je e mo bia sika wa o sika no bia e bi kura no na say ye na ye nya bia wan na be ko bom akopa banchi aba na di sika na to one of the call aqua tomato sabana discanato. Quabba me kaya within 10 seconds. Oh, ye, I pay Papa back one horse, your kind said, most of grass a school for idea and command mother sen. Honor or TRCS,
yeah,
money must be backed by production. Says she can't ever, let's say production income was he can't a.
Yeah.
And I think say managers of the economy no as a yagene empire ho the entire make way na and say you check bibi our economics marginal productivity is equal to your wage kwame baby away so waduma away no sika e PSFM ebenya no eno bi na ebeyi etia woka na so waduma sika I was eban 100 cities nye kofa enipa be se miensa ebeka wo let's say adwuma 100 cities na na ebeba kwame eye paradoxin ontimi nye scam pi bia entia wo ka je se akobobosia okoba sa abosia no so eba ebedu baabi obetia so bosia no eye ade a epri amano no na eba so hu se the pressure ebema ye sidin so na epri empempi no em say politicians ye share say was here cut your code according to our side. Yeah, I mean, I can say the size of government is I know they are can't.
Now, Ujitum, sir. Okay.
Now, the more examples are the size of government.
Peace FM.
Kwame,
yes.
you can't number of ministers 110 and any money. Make you two say so. Kwame, and your ministers on Kwa. What do you say your Presidential Staffers Act? Staffers are almost Jubilee House. How many ministers no be equivalent? We are which is that?
Staffers no.
Say your presidential staffers, let's say 100. Your ministers 110. Presidential staffers no be equivalent deputy ministers, be equivalent ministers, be equivalent cabinet ministers. And nunti the minister agya ya say a doorson, almost agisa. And nunti a basa now coming in Aboma. It is still big, Kwame, and we are
okay.
Kwame, get to me. You know, say, you're fat and crop P. Our Dumum. Minimum says, I bring ya, you call IMF. I am a because I am fat and crop, but yet you need back or more down on, and you because I am power. But you're a piece of top on, and you talked. I will give you 2 examples. Kwame, before some time now, Snitch, let me say you're 1 deputy. And you're 1 MP.
1 chief executive, 1 deputy.
1 deputy, now almost me a human senior is it young net performance at the time. Now, minimum say you more than 1. Matissa a 3, but the mechanics are more than 1. But they are doing the same work so you are paying more than what you are supposed to pay, but the output na airban, Kwame, and the same as the one. It means that you are spending more than what you are getting. Oko GMPC, it's the same thing. And when you will never be state-owned enterprises are getting Kokrokoo, but almost output now, ban. And to say about the ultimate return and pack and chow mokadia. That's a ukubura. Yobayana said, I was said with chow moka, not about the yoka. There be a Kwame, Yanni Enko, and it's a politicians. Sayana Yenim say economics a science. One government, Ako Jebusia, Amanoni. But the buy a dollar and as a euro. What the Ababesi affordable housing. What the Bessie affordable housing, another government a buy was see a horn and send the woman into on yet. President for affordable housing, say that is what you Yakwadi Busia and the Bay, and I know to say Akaho, some cost. Meanwhile, you be and the pressure because I know now the buy and not you be young. It hasn't generated output. A bit my returns a get here. Minimum says baby this
Sagleme.
Yes. I want to put the be a war. Yeah, who you say, Kwame. I'm saying you may people. Never say you may people, my anchor, you now empire returns to money in Piacam than say you big now. And to say I wonder where you did at it. Maybe a monaka sakasa will see me in Wadiane. What do Wadiane say? May I consider maybe? The moment of one, you become once a Bajan in the midi. And she said, I want I may young woman, may you see, and your retention. Naming your returns now, I paid and Yama a coma and yan. There's some politicians and Yan Sakama Yakati projects are ya abandoned school projects, hospital projects are ya abandoned. Kwame, ya this a year Busia. And if you are Sabusian, and where you Busia, you will be dirty. And the Quadilona, near the back near the barbecue, I pay was here Pusika. It puts pressure on your foreign currency, on your city. And these are the things that Kwame and my problems. Because many of the things are here, ensure I was production immediately. Kwame, now, I dear Bakus.
Meteor.
Yam bills are your parliament, you're passing in a. This parliament said, Emunia awahin, and a yatna si akase, young fiscal implications. And as young car, the dua you make here and the Edibaba, Yansa. And unti yeti a year regions, Maku in Sia Ebeka. A bra yeti regions. I am yet to see the economic impact of the creation of the regions. The Ohaniati constituencies, I'm yet to see the economic impact of that constituency district. And to what regions versus account, what district versus account, your regional capital, your coordinating council, the cost implication of that on our budget will be uncountable. Now, some regions no idea output and a day back a short term, medium, and a long term one, and when a bet to me, Amaya who say expenditure na ye linking ye gain return.
Intina a political expediency politics intina near as I am Junisika Semno.
me de ubi samia sana meka. Tell me ya na madam to be all political science or catch them or economics no over technical terms na mum a young politician anybody decide baby or city can echo. And that is where the problem is. We make as a country. The enemy say you need vision. Say vision way and a year for. The enemy say a manifesto. Manifesto no so a ya na drawn. A political party na na try be no draw my dear. And a nim near I was a me party be and I cannot belong to any party. Kwame.
Yeah.
And unti somewhere enemy Crawford my colleagues have no more economic department, any other departments, any more other universities. Be how many political parties be but there almost expertise no papa. But the NDC air quiet manifesto, MPP quiet manifesto, CDP quiet manifesto. Now almost we near. Now say yeah kasa okay, who can say Obama one district, one factory, why you saying? One constituency, why you saying? We are not looking at whether that particular agenda this year or no. A bet me am I baby I am there be. You need idea. And politics no are overshadow your BBI, yeah. And the overcard say me who say everything that we do, your economic implications no matter what, if it's not IMF, we can even bring the finance minister of UK to come here. We can bring the governor of Bank of England, Abaha. Say about politics, no, Kwame, say there's nothing that we can do. You best solve no in a short term, but it will come back to Hunter.
Ain't the IMF near con MY?
Kwame, you better IMF in the free one, you best cyber. I'm letting me know a kind, say, you inquire passo air and near mano. There is a Sebio, Preku. Would Galeno every year? What Galena no? Now the Ujana no circle at the gym, because that is how we are. Kwame, as not making a ya but Mecca and in some Kokrokoo and only student, any Kokrokoo a didn't come almost education cry and pass in so. Because we level 400 or no shape politics, student politics. They say we are Jeben youth one Hawaii, Ababa MP, and also about government team was he Dimian son. Ebia Saben were in first class, when you're third class. And so I didn't know I was a now Ohamisa. I was seeing your politics. But politics itself does not generate our returns unless we make sure say what we are doing, we do it based on the principles of economics, what we call scarcity and choice. At the same time, at a point in time, I was so ultimately who said, may you know in this war, and economics, yes, idea is here in and the basic needs. Yedi kind a food. Kwame say when you aduane edia. Na say when you be da, one shot at your class, kwame nam ho. Na say when you become one, you can't say oh, food, shelter, or say na baby a menya atade a me de be hye. Enu ti say kwame say menya aduane di na menya atade a me hye. Na say me baby da kra me kwa koda bi ase. Menya de ebro sa na say me ko shelter. Sa nya yam yen nkakra.
Food, clothes and shelter.
Yes, only aduane a obedi. Na wo say be akwa si adikaka ka bia me a me nya aduane ni na ho na wo say me ko. Enti sa bre yanka ye wo mi.
O pa che cathedral nana.
Oh, me nka cathedral but eno so e wo ne de. But your priorities no kwame entimi entity so. If you say anka baby a ye wo mi, ye obetimi aye ne say, ye hwe say ye ho akire yen enti ye prioritizing. So we share football managing we are. I mean Manchester United me. And to me share football pa. Jobo mu say coach no who say pressure no e wo so. Let's in defense no enya. Won say na wa pack defense no. Because we defend the answer na wa attack. Won say defense no pay there e ho stabilizer then na o move forward. Sabe ya ye wo me ya ye who say food inflation e high. Ye be di kwa e ho ayedin. Ene nyema bebebe no. I was saying ka ye ni eba the basic things. Na fe yetu twa enema bebebe so ye kasa enema bebebe so a ye ho to ye na ansa ena yetumi akọ ye ni.
Prof, my member basics be so and I say member down to baby ye we ni dollar cd ho asem dollar na wanya honden and I say cd na atete apansam.
Kwame
yeah
dollar no enya ahoden but the contribution to the depreciation of the cd against the dollar no enya 100%. Me measurement, but I say it will be about 40%. Didn't you make cancer? The dollar na ne ho ayedin e wo wiase a ne ho ayedin against the pound ne ho ayedin against the euro ne ho ayedin against the sepa and the rand but so we say see na you see that ho den e kopom against all these major currencies and to win mean kasa e dollar no kwa na ne ho ayedin e bia dollar no e the speed no e high because dollar no ho ayedin the fundamentals no ankasa no e weak and unti other currencies so also ho enti enye se bia dollar na ne ho ayedin against the cedi ko na mom yen cedi no na ho den no we can continue e wo pom
speculation ka ho na
what I say
speculation ka ho na
oh speculation dey e ka ho pa na in economics kakra me dey minim and say exchange rate and inflation so o manage economy these are the major indicators e was say wo wani ko ho the moment a ubetimi stabilize ntina pempi ne ka say macroeconomic stability what means stabilize sa nyema mi na because they reinforce each other
exchange rate and inflation
yes they reinforce each other and until say what me make sure say oh what you stabilize here then you can move the moment a ubeye na ho atechima pe na speculation aba speculation also eba na fe drive na speculation eba e converse na obefa so a also obetimi asolve e ho na ya na e kwan ya na ye managers no ya na ye hwe e solve no ya na enye tembia no as we are giving hope adentina cd no na ho de conform na ade na ekoso de ni mu a e be kan say oh the see akwaji loan bia e free Germany ana we eba 750 eba oh enyema e be yem say oh ye kwa akwaji syndicated loan eba e be say kwame do we solve exchange rate problem by using loan? No. The moment you do that, who announce it? Let's again our credibility a couple. Anka sikase anka empedede. And to see any bibi kwana say de ba. Bank of Ghana, na dwuma ne say oh intervene. And this all intervene and you so be announce say the 2 billion eba, the 5 billion eba, the say eba. The be one say ade no eba form. The moment I obetimi atemu a omo credit omo dollars no omo hu say oh that chi ebekosro omo fu ya ne say against stabilize say crowd there if 13 aba 12 eba 11 obwa omo say ne sika ho act into obedan he will go in and sell the dollar but empempi no ya announce ya na speculators no afa omo agi enunti ehor no e wo say yehwe
but prof are you saying sir managers of your economy omo nim way
oh, omunim nanso na my politics no you see family ade a me nyini dia but family no nya the same age
June 4
93 eba ye me hu ya ne say oh be hu say the near Mexico but I said and I'm saying yam politics no we are quick to let people know say this is what we are doing sometimes the outcome the effect no enkasa amount and until one say managers of the economy no the person oh yeah we say but yen kase ya yo ya see day yeah we say abego 1 2 3 4 you know oh again entimi anye na sign akoso and until politics it doesn't mean say oh minimum because me say obi say ko do fonkroma say bibi say ba ye be kana gum say ko kasa say ye be ya e be hu nya ye yen kase ko kasa le temu market no debi ko kasa ni ehu se nya e be ti a e be ye we be hu say political commentators apa radio stations na apa ye oti economics at eka ye on tia se eka enti e ba sa na e dede e na ye eto so bi kwame ye nya me no mi no na ye nya so ye ka ho ye nti na ye ka ho kwame we be hu say ye say ene we go social media dollar no e do 30 me ko ha ye twa 14 me ko ha e twa 15 yani also yani na yento dollar ni bio but yani ya no so speculate entinka ya me anka advice of the central bank said we anka a radical decision enye orthodox
okay
be a yedri anka be instructing all forex bureaus not to display their rates and when it sabi person me quarter dollar me kwa me who rate dia madam pacho and the dollar no e sen now I can it say me business bia I will not go there and take a picture of it. I would have wished so baby that radical decision must come because people then do that. That is a radical decision. Anka baby anka me but baby let's take that radical decision to remove some of the speculation. Come baby you ma messai aka eni. The central bank nani eba saje ehu. Central bank and I was say in charge of all reserves. They na yin sa. Then so your policies any and be a individual and companies be they can also control dollars and auction. Example, a small scale miners act. Almost at the almost gold, dollars now. They can also auction to banks and so on. Now I'm saying central bank eba abontin eba kas almost and almost central bank will be the first point of selling to them. I don't know the power backing it, but Tenkano Ewa and Kabeye. Then so make central bank agene aba adiaba so onshen ye. Your money transfer not to honor ye Western Union MoneyGram and in your now me fishimu kakra my NSS they say you will be a fan of fintech and financial technology. That means say your companies be a or work ZPay and in your manema or my juma 90% transfer from Abuja. What the power muswa a buyer now have a total accounts man I say whatever platform also now on second sticker.
Yeah.
Now when you see can in cities. Now this is how it operates. And it's a company or the corresponding company ever has. And to obeko a particular bank, aqua cities. Now what you treat as man, and yes, sir.
Yeah.
Not dollar no ever no. Dollar no ever no. Also share the exchange rate in the STN. Say exchange rate in depreciate here. By the time I bet me dollar need be about hasen. And to a bar, more bank corner what did sir or give Busia or educate an alien. Or beton laying amount. On farmer central bank, name of ton amount. It's a basa or auction. It is a one money rate or no piece a year. Or the Beco Bank for aqua higher rate when you see this now arbitrary amount. Now, when individual companies and so on outside the central bank is auctioning some of these things, it also gives signal about the exchange rate. Then it pushes it up. And to make sense, the central bank actually I can say there should be the first point of sale of dollars when it comes to data. Almost any encore also. Now a also so almost get the first point of sale. And nothing almost monitor says the Sikaya transfer abahan. $5 nina enka ewo or my kronas can a pass a buy. And Kwame is very simple. Miti hey say I'm trying to say madam to be our US. Now opesa oya Juma our Ghana. Let's say more account our US. I can't tell you say, oh, what the Fatima accounts no me the cities ebeye amount. It's a cities no amount heavy. Now pay me $5 no at the back. Let me just be or the bar me auction to the highest bidder. I'm a sort of
yeah.
And I also maybe action and in your money and also a pushy dollar no up.
Inteka speculation, no?
Yes, and also a pushing up. Not necessarily speculation, but it gives signal about the exchange rate going up. And it's a Bank of Ghana rate, let's say 11 cities. Let's say pushing up our bank. Bank will be turned at a higher rate because also any profit. And these are some of the things I'm saying Bank of Ghana ultimately now all squeeze. I think say a bit to me I abwa.
Prof, Mr. Sasemi, okay, be about the managers of the economy. Ebi kase managers titru mienu. Finance Minister Ken Uforiata, Governor Dr. Addison, it will send a signal to the markets. Sadiano, Usomu say?
Kwame, I thought you would not ask me this question, but I will answer it this way. The governor of the central bank, appointment no different from any minister. And I think that we cannot put the two together. It is very difficult to put the two together. And also, I'm saying this because I want the governor Ebemwa. Now I say people are saying, "Oh, governor, so I can't hold any I don't want to go there." But let's look at where the problem is coming from. Is it more of fiscal or is it more of monetary?
You tell me.
We may have to look at that first. Say that you may not necessarily, but what I will say is that Ten Hag, or your Manchester United coach. They say there are some positions you are difficult to say over to me. Ronaldo, baby, I was doing. The end of Ronaldo, dear, and car ball my you. Then so, who said, baby, I was drawn, no better Manchester United, baby, and a the strategy of Opesa Opleno. Opesa Oplena or achieve a particular aim. And at a point in time, we hear Ronaldo or the call. At a point in time, we hear on Ronaldo book. But Ronaldo book, but the person achieve aim. They met me a car and say, in terms of ministerial reshuffle, Yana Yagini acquire say, oh, and yet, sometimes you may have a particular minister over holding our baby pa. But what you say, other ministry or SOC, and to be you know, everything, all but you know, I say baby, I also see no, I'm a whole lot. And there's a reshuffle no by your back. And the mechanic say, as the coach of that particular team, which is the president, I think president should look at the problems we are facing. Not only changing the strategy. Because if you do the same thing every day, now achieve results, you should be able to find a way. Ubechimi achieve that result. That is how I'm going to answer the question.
Well, Musi Ten Hag to me has said Ronaldo baby kono on cast strategy no. Inte say young bisa coach no ho.
I was a coach, you know, and I would take that decision because the backstop was the coach.
And do you think the coach should replace Ronaldo?
We are sure that I was said Yaka and Yaka. Well, on a crown of so why replace Ronaldo? Let's say, still Manchester, your cop, yeah, say 6-3. Then I'm why I'm a young uncle should be the last timer. Let's say, Jaya Konyako, Ulbert delegation. Let's just say, any Manchester United.
So the back stops with the president. Oh no, so Timichre.
The back stops with the president. But coming.
Yes.
I don't know politics. And can say about economics.
And can me by economics ni say here. And can me be quote Professor Godfred Bokpeng at University of Ghana Business School. Nika se mu no say ni ye kumu nyina no IMF ni World Bank na nkasa so I will say blame your kakra. Esane say 2021 omo my clean bill. Say ekuye yesika sem na ekuye nti eba ne say na just 1 year later omwemu na sa ba say baby ekono enyina ye minim say monhwehwe mu sa na tie
ya somo kwame ya na me colleagues ekasa ya na me pese meka output omo ana say meka but the metimi aka ne say the World Bank and the IMF statement ba based on the data available to them. It's data a woha a crowd and no and a almost a share. Memo say a do say be abba. Now almost opportunity now almost come very deeper. Almost say, oh, send a data we say not in your. For example, you are researching data I will know what the year or research now we are finding. Now a channel in your subsequent research you say that data we all have and Abia I will say another paper. I would say, oh, paper was saying there was a limitation because there was no available data. Imagine in 2021, now only need a particular year so almost Baba Bay and Omba data the more they work with it. Now, then you are almost your percent almost ever now on the boy. It's your percent number boy there any on the PP more.
Okay.
You say, say the Abba arm in the very minimum house it. And he said, there was state-owned enterprises. Almost a debt, almost can no more. Now you find can't your debt now. You measure as a percentage of GDP. Now you find count. My sister said almost buy and almost you find count. And she may say, you say, now me President Mahama said, and I'm saying now your debt is in 105%. So it means that time and almost ban. Now they were not privy to some of the data not a woman. But you see, I'm not a data no. Sa and almost a
It's based on data on Benyano and the Bemomo about to whatever conclusions.
Yes.
Prof, o share baby a free near Equia. Ebiaka say one President Pamu Finance Minister Beboa, Governor Kwa Beboa, and no one can want them. But Ebiswaka say Oman Penin be fellow Ghanaians, it said ma COVID Jinemupa or yeah. It will calm the markets. Ebema amanfonya GD kakra se ebeye Ebebwa, addressing the nation on the economy and the way forward. Ebebwa.
I hope say anka eba a bit earlier. Anka eba and temper anka at least a bit me ama a confidence abba. But in as much as I agree say Obano Bekasa edema confidence abba. So Obano Bekasa na ye the same thing Kwame M1. Mami ma example back.
Okay.
MP, you know, the can say your tax revenue I again is the tax revenue I again is but maybe as I want to know almost a year GRA almost a cost for small mathematics say almost a cost almost no more agent receipt any money. I mean, make me cancel one exemption. I you bet granted a particular company. So all the companies from revenue they do there. And she baby the key as in our young cohort. I mean, more document to be our heart and another music. A court case. Just signing contract, oil contract. Yama or the Patrono, free own tax. And the tax component is $56 million. The finance are a 1 quarter or more account asset. And I'm reading. So, which is a particular company. So, I idea that you're signing an tax obligation. I can't want a was a OTR. I'm living on me a tax by UTR. It's no baby. And you will remember the one pay the rich million Akasa. A yes and papa. Then also, I was saying you go deeper into all those leakages that a woman of Rebecca Aka. You can't property tax for me. Then it's property tax now for 1,900 NMTI. I think. But Obi the property tax I was OTM, so much, but I'm saying the politics now either in government or power or warranty, but your bar, you say, oh, the tax revenue, no, I get one. And I'm a president, Abba is a very good idea because he is the father of the nation, of a calm in Nada, young tree of what is, and you might be calling me now. And so, your back, I was saying, you won't say, I was saying, and Sana, it's me, the outcome. And you many people who are mean to me and coward. Mean to me and come. And so the big fish in I walk on a jar or a corner. M1 and my revenue are here. I was saying, I mean, what you say, yeah, I can't. Oh, Saturday I was here in and export. Near here import. Then I'm a catcher and colleague said, it is easier to say export and import. But there are a woman and then no and best solve the immediate problem. I know we are long term. But apart from that, no army. Now, no, a chapter said Ghana now has trade surplus. In the first quarter of 2022, we had trade surplus. But we are still having balance of payment deficit. Because the balance of payment deficit, every trade a whole keke. Name every capital and asset components to the people. A domestic foreign investors are domestic airport. And it is also cancer young export and importer. Now I don't talk about problem. I also a problem in the next 10 years. Now, I mean, apart from that, your imports no door, your imports no door. I mean, bill no essence. But I mean, any imports to be any bit in Akasa Yama number. Your finished product, this is pharmaceutical in Ryan. Can you say second now? Yama is not the Emma. You will not know how this man. But it looks you are using anger. If you look at your import bill, as for our you are getting it wrong. Oil, you imported. And I bet you me, you could not, and I more demand. You refine and I bet you so. But you no, won't you make us say import oil? And apart from that, your intermediate goods, AGI, any other manufacturers, or more import to as raw material, any machine, would make us a normal yenteso. And when you get the cash now, then you have to break it down. Now you can say, I just put pick. And now, a year and getting iron hundred and Kayan Brenner. Now, say, this is intermediate thing, there's nothing you can do.
I see.
Now, the Uncle export. Exporter. I just say you export. Yes, our export is more than our import as we have to. However, our exports are dominated by cocoa. As I be legal and say, as I am no any young gold that they say you will be the export to come. Now, pay the oil so oil so the crude. It is a crude being a pioneer, a bed wine. Any young gold in the giant galam steel. Any young gold, the Your Kokrokoo no your member one February. Now your goals you so I say I was say decisive action. They are benefiting more from it.
Prof, just two more questions. Baako de obi na de by or say or leading the Kokrokoo banker economist you be a winim no. Or say we talk too much. Economics doesn't like talking. Prof, what would you kind? We talked to run down the financial institutions. We are doing the same right now. Please ask Professor Boateng if we do sterilization after interventions in Ghana. Also, ask him if there are lessons from the seminar we attended on the economy of UAE at New York University Abu Dhabi campus. And no, any comments on that? Onimupa. Baby, of course, seminar economy of UAE at New York University Abu Dhabi campus. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, I did taking from that conference. The UAE, the finance minister and engineer, now on your economist.
Okay.
But our encopa or more last year, or we a Juma and man. Now, we just say UAE economy, a baby almost ahead. Almost research and casa and a year. In fact, no car no credit. Sometimes we run down our financial institutions, but wait yet. Kwame, let me actually kakra. Let's let me call it almost manage economy. So we still not for almost I think that, and I'm saying financial sector problem at Yano, now in saying banks you you know, and then your money. I'm saying poster, no, I said, no banks are not the Amo Yama and Zabia. Oh, your back is a police in here. You mention. And we see the Bobia Afra. Mestre, Anka trying to see you will I don't work in the bank, I don't work at central bank, but Mestre say Anka central bank. Everything I engage a commercial bank, not necessarily the MDO, or more treasury, or more down on Ankasano. Nanka Omaya and Abaye. Nanka almost the Omo Agene Abba because baby I want a price. The Omoya, Anka Omoya. Now say instead of money does not like noise.
Inti Aban should stop saying say yedisika way ba and na osha chronicle anymore the attribution bi ama Gabi Ochre Dakon almost $790 million expected to hit BOG account. We be na now say money doesn't like noise. They been here.
Na eba for all the pressure eba to governor for because they say who can be an article am governor account and me ochina adechia. Let us see no edit obi abeka say and article crab and governor onye dey want oye. Talk about
Metroasipa.
Exactly. Because we are sure say NMP, yes, central bank they can also have their weaknesses here and there. But where I sit now, if I have to apportion blame, I don't think that they will have 10%. They have their owner, Metinaka Emubi. So the say more money and cost and take off, more money over auction and your money, and no aja on bet me as crazy and no or your margin. Then so all researchers, I'm no more academia ever catch said. The key issue actually comes from the fiscal side. Because if fiscal money is not backed by production, there is no way which me any effect our economy. And apart from that, the fiscal policy and monetary policy they move hand in hand. And the fiscal policy now monetary and the fiscal energy. I was so bitter monetary say I what do you say? Also catch us say I will a bit many effect our because spending so much on unproductive activity. What will happen is that it will not generate production and it will put pressure on the commodity, the prices will go up. I don't know what you catch central bank say one problem in na debt.
Inti se sika e ba yenye kom kakra.
Yenye kom kakra, especially yenye your information and kazano. Yenye kom kakra. Send a buyer and na call market, you call bank. Now I didn't tell you. And then call 13. Hey, next week na phone I didn't about 12. I know been a back action say the model you have in town. Na makoto dollar 70 year Miss Baboka. I know been a back action. You don't need to announce it before the people. It doesn't help. And I will repeat. Money does not like noise.
Money does not like noise. Now, Prof, banking sector cleanup. Looking back, yeah, boom, here. Could we have done it better? Was it necessary? And the abedu baby edui. And I can. That's not your prof. Me mean prof that. The one now kind of atomitrim.
Before the banking sector cleanup no ban. Say if I get it wrong, let me say your cost will be about 9 billion.
9 billion.
But and there I could see 25 billion. It means that analysis I think that it was Nikaka.
That's just one year.
Me say or man but me can say it was Nikaka.
It was Nikaka, and just say we could have done it in a better way.
Yana market scripture. Yeah, officer unya sabinta a B, but with the over 50, which is a D. But the point is that say because at 25 billion. And you start getting me asking there. Then we can say, okay, a bra now you first you capitalize banks. The minimum capital requirement and said 400 million.
400 million.
400 million. And those banks, no, when say almost or my yama and on hindsight, no, you can say, Anka banks be tenor, you go no. And can you bet me in such a way say, okay, you're more 400 million. Then changing management, young different board, any management, and now almost operating at a point in time, now almost recoup all the losses. Will have been an alternative. Yes, so it would have been a very good alternative because the initial banks now, you're good, no, actually, you cannot get consolidated. And the consolidated bank would say a bank and a car bomb or which means at least. The 30 years who said, we could have done it, I think the government came back to correct it.
Okay, Bibi, I'm going to repeat me the quack of Fra or Mampenia Bedi Vice President Baumia. Answer about the Vice President or say when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. We didn't come okay, Bibi, about the fundamentals being weak. May the Fra exchange rate ni inflation. Inti se say Jitum said the structure of our economy and ye papa. Is that it?
I'm not there. I'm saying I'm cry what Mary Boatin when you say fundamentals no a weaker. Exchange rate no a go better. If you say, Kwame, what are the fundamentals? The fundamentals are here. One, fundamentals are based on your production, the real sector of the economy. That is the basic fundamentals you can talk about. In other words, if the economy, no, the agri sector, the industrial sector, manufacturing, and then you produce enough to make sure say you produce enough and you tax I was you share the right tax. I'm a government for expenditure or bet me at Akobia, I was or the choir. We will continue to have this problem because we can say apart from the production, which must back all money, no. You're spending so it also creates problems for the fundamentals. And your tax revenue, so and it also weakens the fundamentals. And to ask for that one, the fundamentals are weak and have been weak for all these while. So you transform your economy and changing your attitude from the top up to down. Because they say baby are grown. From the president up to the last manager. Sometimes you face a corruption top from Kwame. You know public sector. Sometimes and you may go on a back. Because from on what ground are you going to buy something for government and not for public institutions? Now but trust are there no thousands. The same thing as saying wow Toma one and Capital 100. Come I buy when papa.
David.
Joba can say, oh, I bind it with the procurement, a better answer what here. Because yes, a better answer what here. I mean, why don't you build in the interest rate? But because again, 100 cities, but in the government won't share in 10 million, 1,000. One can say 100 cities. So every year on Chia, bank rate and get the calculated. And November government, any other so, and but procurement, any money, coming. The car really a war.
The role of black markets in our exchange rate Danny Beafa.
Kwame, black market no yen defining ye. Are we defining black market? Say almost an airport no kwa. And I say you defining black market say Kwame, me. Yes, so one yeah say shall it $1 be on percent.
Nina ka.
Aha. And black market no. I was here young baby. Say yes, we bet me I illegal thing, but we are illegal thing in my face there. Kwame na enye ade papa. And for me, it is important. Say, we need licenses to operate as the law says. We need licenses to sell and buy currencies. You don't have any business doing that. And I was saying, black market is underground market, but black market cannot be an open market. And the Bank of Ghana, a bit man, say, you enforce law. You are making sure that one thing empire will table NCO. Now one can say they $10. There be. Open our $10. Licensed Forest Bureau, and answer the bank. And Kwame make our way say no. And also brings me to something which I think we have to bring our minds on. When you say in Ghana, when you make $1 critical dollar commercial banks are exchange proceedings. There be, but it's all Forest Bureau. Now I have witnessed a situation Obi about Ukraine $50 or $100 or a foreigner or call a particular bank. What you now who said the person was frustrated. And to be sure on the summer, a black market media. Uko Kenya, Kwame, you walk to a bank and you can exchange shilling for dollar or dollar for cedi. I think say central bank no edi magene ebe ko kakra. Na say obi ekura say obi kura cedi na op dollar physical edi akwa. Nessa one farmer no a holiday bit many betimi agye ho kaka na bum say obi ekura dollar na oni account e o bank ho nessa or they try ba $100 $200 oh me exchange ya me pay rate na e bank na I think say betimi aye flexible kaka na accommodate man because obi ba bank nessa ontimi empa because oni account or for there then or the call baby a black market no for system.
Prof, my final question. Ebeye.
Come Ebeye. We've been here before and we're able to sail through. And I'm telling you, sir, we'll sail through. But I think, sir, I think that the managers of the economy should do something to tell the public, say, yes, we are concerned about it. And whilst we are waiting for the IMF, these are the immediate measures. At the end of the year, now IMF will be abraya, Naya Kumu and Fana, when Yaidia, and Kwame, a holiday, Naya Yan to speak.
Do we have the men?
But we have the men in Ghana. We have the men in Ghana. But in Pempino, Yana, structures are not so makwine. I mean, central bank government in these colleagues, they are brilliant. They are my seniors. Some of them are my colleagues. But sometimes, structures, any laws, any Yamaniama, as such a true one. Sometimes it becomes very, very difficult to operate because every baby, the central bank cannot any answer. If you are economy, a bit collapsing. Because I can tell you for a fact that where I sit, with the central bank, even in Saka, making a economy no ever form Q. It is a any governor everywhere. Now, how we are looking at the situation.
Do we have a collapsing or a collapsed economy?
We don't have a collapsing economy. We don't have a collapsed economy.
So what do we have?
A challenging economy.
Is it not all words, grammar, English?
No, Kwame. Se ka say economy be a collapse here. Metimi aka say anka na usori ye, anka wonya petrol kra ento. Anka usori ye, anka ope koko kra ata anka yese ukọ na ukọ salary. Ye ka say economy be a collapse. Ebia me like no to 1981, 82. Ebra ani 83 e kom ba ya. Yese ukọ maame na obodok no ho na ukọje eye emore ne saa na wa ukọ no. And no, now who's the day I drew no, ya drew a key. there was challenging economy. That is how I would put it.
Prof, and Peace FM, that's it.
Kwame,
What do you school?
Questions, no.
Professor William Ba Boateng, Head of Economics Department, University of Ghana, Legon. Time check is fast approaching 10 minutes past 10 in the morning of Monday, the 24th of October. Studio Numano Pay Era Baby, we're 15 years old. 15, your friend Allison. Mamia Jua Intriwa Echiampong. Our Tema International School, grade 10. Person Bisana Simbi. Also, a project be MYPIB. Ni teacher ni ba kwa friend Seto Adi on the Tema International School. And my forever lecturer, Professor Joseph Osafo, Head of Psychology Department, University of Ghana, Legon, Ewahanope. We'll talk about mental health, disability, not inability. Professor Joseph Osafo, Head of Psychology Department, University of Ghana, Legon, Ewaha, Anope. Na, Prof, mpesa me mo achi answer. Machi.
Kwame yo so na mpom.
Nyame adom, ye ho ye, ene me ne prof fon kwa na kasa kasa.
Ensam na de. I say my making note pa.
Sa
na ebrepem no. Ebi a peke the link between Professor you need a collapse in the economy or
any collapse or
challenging the economy. Now say, can we say is an economy experiencing recession?
Okay.
Now so Timia our mommy answer was supposed to say. And I'm very interested in the way we see a pipe move from the fundamentals. Now maybe today or next time, maybe I had the link between an economy experiencing recession and mental health.
In fact, maybe so.
Not only that, part of this are by an the managers. I want to say the prof just fundamentally it's about Subai. Asa, yeah, magic, yeah, muitia. Subai. So if we can change a few things and the way we look at issues and one only come watching.
Yeah, that's no other jenso. Na mame ajwa intriwa e champon. Yeah. There be minto kasa ding. Obi akotema international school there and yes momo you very confident people. Yeah. Where didn't you saying?
Pardon?
You're from Mame Ajua Intriwa. And I will be some say pardon. How old are you?
Please, I'm 15.
That's all I meant by wedding fear saying.
But I didn't hear the question.
And to say wedding fear saying.
In fact, me, they 15 years.
Mommy, who were grade 10 Tema International School?
Pachuan.
Oh, your program, we'll say personal project, MYPIB program. Disability does not mean inability. What exactly is it? Talk to me.
So it's a project that I am working on to spread awareness about physical disabilities. So I want to focus on removing the stigma associated with them. So like how people see them, how they see themselves, and like because of the stigma, it leads them to be treated differently from other people. So I just want them to be able to know that they can do anything that they set their minds to, and they are no different from other people.
What motivated you to do this?
I was born with the congenital defect in my left hand. So
when you say congenital defect in your left hand, what exactly do you mean?
So I was born with a hand that, like, my fingers are not fully formed.
Your fingers aren't fully formed. Yes, is there any particular reason why it turned out that way?
From my research, I found out that blood was not able to flow into my hand, the womb, so that's what caused it. It's not any issue from my mother or anything, it just happened.
So you don't have full use of your left hand?
Yes, but I can use it for some things, but not fully.
So tell me about your project. Disability doesn't mean inability. What are you doing? What are the stuff that you do? I hear you're involved in tennis, swimming, hockey, handball for somebody who has a problem with your hand?
Yes, please.
How are you able to achieve that?
I feel like it does not really, it limits me, but not in a very major way. Because as for swimming, I'm able to use my hands to go, and for hockey, I can still use both hands, if not to grip it as well, but I'm still able to do it, and I feel like it does not stop me from trying new activities and learning new things.
But how about tennis? How about handball?
I can still use my hand for it.
Well, I used to play tennis, so I know that you need both hands. So I'd like to know, how do you manage it? What do you do?
For a stroke like forehand, I can use my right hand to play, and then for backhand too, I can use my right hand to play, but I can use my left hand to support it. So I'm still able to play tennis.
I see. Interesting. Now, do you have, who are you focusing on? Who are you targeting? Who are you sending your message to? How are you doing it? Are you using social media? What are you doing?
So I am mainly focusing on everybody, because not only the physical disability community, because not many people understand what it is, have not been educated on it. So most people don't understand when they see someone who has a physical disability, like how to help the person, what to do for the person, what not to do. So I'm just mainly focusing on everyone, for everyone to have an understanding, so that they can also support the people who have physical disabilities.
At what age did you come to full realization that this was the problem? How old were you?
I think probably when I started school. Because I remember when I started school, I used to hide my hand a lot. And most of I didn't really have friends, because I was usually in my corner.
You felt like an outcast?
Yes, I did. Because I didn't want people to know about it. Some people were scared. But as I grew older, people became more accepting of me. And I think I was able to feel more comfortable.
Were you teased? Were you made fun of?
Not exactly. More of people were talking about it, asking very interesting questions, like staring a lot, pointing. So I think that made me feel most uncomfortable.
Did it upset you?
Yes, it did.
Did it annoy you?
Yes, because I felt like I'm also a person, so I deserve to be treated as such. So if you have something to say, like, ask me, not point and stare and talk behind my back.
Did it make you hate yourself?
Yes, because I didn't understand why I was different, why I couldn't be like everyone else when everybody had the chances to do things with both their hands and I have only one.
Were you angry at your parents?
No, because I know it was not their fault. There's nothing they could have done about it.
Were you angry at yourself?
Sometimes.
What did you do when you were in those moments?
I usually cried a lot.
How come you're laughing now?
Because I think I now understand more than I did. And I've come to realize that it's not about the moments you're in. It's like how you go forward, how you move on with life, and what you do going forward.
What made you overcome it? What was it? Did you seek help?
It's still a work in progress.
It's still work in progress. But so what was the motivating factor for you to say, okay, get up, get dressed and show up? No matter what anybody says, I'm here to stay. What was it?
My family and God. Because I know that God loves me for who I am. And he said, come as you are. So that's what I'm going to do.
Do you have siblings?
Yes, please.
Does any of them have any deformity?
No, they don't.
Are they older or younger?
Younger. I'm the oldest.
You are the oldest. How do you relate with your siblings?
I relate to them normally.
And
I don't think there's any major difference between us apart from that. I don't think it hinders how we communicate and how we play and how we move on. So
interesting. Mamia Joa Intriwa Champong, 15 years old, Tema International School, grade 10. And she says she was born with a defect and disability, if you like. And as far as you're concerned, it should not hinder you or anybody. Do you have any people, have you formed a group, a society or something? Do you have any people like that you're working with?
No, not yet. I haven't.
Do you plan to do anything like that?
Yes, in the future when I organize, I can try and see what I can do.
Seto Adi is a project supervisor. Seto, so do you teach kakra? Aha, since me no be dia agro. Obi a friend ma me adjoin 3 wa champa o tebro funko ade. Ana ma want to teach kakra. Also to be di fufu ni banku ni bode banchi bayere. Na munja fried rice bebrebe no. Seto.
Yes.
Enti tell me, adiana moye?
Yeah, personal projects. Eka requirement no ho. Or grade 9 or grade 10 is here. Our year MYP course no. And MYP course, the full one is middle year program. A middle year program no, we start personal projects no from grade 9. And do grade 10 you have a few months to finish the project. And you have to actually have an interest in topic I will research it on. We as supervisors no, and you necessarily select a topic name.
Okay.
Almost selected topic now. We see how challenging the topic is. We endorse it and they kick the ground running.
Yeah.
It's or choosing a topic, we looked at the topic, we tweaked it, and we started working on it, and that's what we've been working on so far. And she's been so she's been so awesome. She's done her research, and she actually knows what she's about.
Now, iti yabeka say a Tema International School project amoye, and say a your non-individual project amobuano.
A requirement MYP or MYP obey personal project in addition to subjects away.
MYP na
saying curriculum na run or Tema International School and content based per se. Ye train kolana ade and say they be obetumi related to the world at large. So at the end of the day, you don't find a child who beside and say, what do you want to be in future? What impact do you want to make in society? So that's the main reason why I run this curriculum this is. I said there be unkolani be we school no on train ma obi manage one akasa betumi start bibi on her own or on his own.
Baba Mianjo, as I sit here, Mommy, me who some you know, me who problem here? What is the problem?
They are not the same. So my left hand is smaller than my right hand, and my fingers are not fully formed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if anybody sees you, they'll notice. Say your left hand is smaller, the fingers are not fully formed.
Yes.
But you've risen above it. And that is what you want to share with people.
Yes, please.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And I know where you've come from, even though I'm not in your circumstances, but I can understand. So you have a friend in me.
Thank
okay?
you.
If you want any promotions with your project, if you want to talk about it, if you want anybody to know what you're doing, I'm here. Okay? I wish you the very, very best.
Medasi.
I feel they want to treat. I feel they want to treat. Prof.
Aye.
Bring me 2 minutes and come. Me fear me call T region.
Me who say people are ready.
Well, Mami Ajwa, before Prof comes in, the OT regional minister is on the line. His name is Joshua Makubu. He also lost the use of his left leg, and he actually moves about in crutches. But he's the OT regional minister, and as I speak to you, he's doing his PhD as well.
Nice.
So you have good company. In fact, you are in very good company. And Onukwade, he said at a point, no, I'll let him tell you himself. Minister, good morning.
Good morning, Chairman.
It is saying.
Ayo adumana nkran to saying.
Nkran da shi papa. Aye shi papa. Sir. Minister, studio no man no pay a rebi wa her friend ma me adjoin 3Y champion. We did 15 years. Na sebe we did dem kakra nensa benkum entimi anformu ye inti the fingers kra nye amaye. Na enwachi no interestingly no or no your project be on school term international school. Or sambo tennis, or yes swimming, or bo hockey, or bo handball.
Okay.
Na me hwe na me say no na we ka che ne say me be frew. Na won so story wo ho na person no atie. Minister me nka say ntia me nka say but me no wadi nkommenti. I'm sure I can freely say this.
Yeah.
One left leg ye try fi two kotodwe aba form.
Yes.
Ade na bai.
Me that say. Yeah, woman na me mami akoye businesswoman. Na me papa so very big time farmer. Now I was always under the care of my sister. I was in a baby called 2017. May her soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Maybe best 6-7 years. Not my own say. Timobi ewo mi knee so.
Okay.
Ye call hospital I know me see me knee cap and I away. But me be say minister now say me abofra no dware me a na ordinance ka me knee na me su. Into I suspect said there was some pain there. Nde me nye no na me na no eddy for me. That's my right leg eddy for me. Na abe straight and so. Me be bending me leg na intimi bending until all the time me be tena say you say my stressing is that. So at the point in our papa so mon family go hospital. Yeah, they make call the government hospital. Na omukoye operate surgery bi wo knee no so. But na surgery no successful. Say after some weeks omo discharge here the baby na ye call bimbila for dressing. And one of the occasions me believe so my that my brother now the me call hospital because he say na me wu. So no he say those days yam fofo no ewia. If he say no mo abosom no wo nti wo ma busomfo ehu efu no a eji say what to odwan akopesify no. Ti na my brother here and so the me be to bush. Omo akofi akofa papa car because no use motor. Na omo abefa me.
No mo fi say wawu.
Yes. Nti o pie no share the classmates be na omu nyina go school where yendi senior high school. No see in their biology lesson omu share be say coma. Nti omu ntwen kakra. Now, Omonja say, Meba back and I remember back. Now, me better so much and say some 2-3 hours. No more ba bush now. I will say, he could see some palpitation. Me minimum. See, almost I sit back to the normal quarter milk. Cook anything to make normal big fry, normal forcing into me. Then I vomited. Now I regained my consciousness. Normally, and they. If you want to have a passage, they just show me the Mikwata Mango Government Hospital. You could do one a daughter, and the daughter say to me, kind of thing. Not me someone. I say that. So my mommy bleedy bioma, I could lose it into my father and my mother. Thank God, the two of them, Omuja and Omuya and Omudimiko Hospital. Now, Omopenis, so they have to do their application for me. So, Omuya, 3 months' time, now tissue now shall pull you back. So they send me back to the theater. No musankoye, surgery nibium. Then another 3 months, answer no mubisu. Then they started dressing the wound. So we call hospital, August 1990. Now the following year, 1991, September. Now I discharged me from hospital until the 30 months. I was Damango Government Hospital. And that is the story.
I see.
So since then, I have been living with it.
And how old were you? No, what didn't you say?
Well, at that time, I was around 9 years.
You were about 9.
Yes.
And you child 9. No?
Yes.
Na you try no na etro say. How did it feel? Because
now, Reverend Sister Bill Honomo. They engage me in a lot of games. But me do see me na make a statement to be. Tell me me ni be no make a statement no. Or say o tiase fu akoya ba fine. Esumo esini a grave a ba fine. So it's like when I remember I compare myself at that moment the only thing me and me grandmother bet me compare me to was a grave.
Wow.
The only thing I was better than at that time was because I was not dead. They couldn't even compare me to any other lifetime. So it was not easy. And me did best 2 weeks. Now my they didn't want me to go out. They want me to be in their house.
Near do you see?
Yeah, I have to go back to school. And then first day me come back to school. Not school one papa featuring. I had a shock of my life. My best friend, Yakubu, may he so rest in peace.
Amen.
Everybody ran away from me and he also ran away from me.
Wow.
It was not easy. But what could I have done under the circumstances? I remember I see my sister had to talk to me. My mom was always in tears. I did share Mr. Over for the medical school. Then I had one teacher. Now he's blind.
Oh.
Adam Yemaya, he was teaching us mathematics. He would take me by his side, encourage me. And one thing is that, excuse me to say, I was a bit sharp. In the mathematics subject now or now. Despite the number of months I was out of school now. I still came by and I was competing favorably with my colleagues. So I know what me better than in now. If there were no teacher in class, he would come and pick me out. The upon school, now I saw me in Sana or the maybe see. So with that, you know, I became used to the school environment. But it took me more than 2 years to just move from my father's house to the market center, which was just from, it's not up to what they call it, 500 meters away from the house. But nobody will allow you to go because now the shame was too much.
Did you at any point feel you wanted to end it all? Your own grandmother said the only thing you are better than is a grave. Your friend Yakubu has run away. Amanfo Bibre Airport. Did you feel like ending it at any point?
Yes, on several occasions.
What are doing?
My transition from SHS to the tertiary. my father insisted I should go to the training college. And I said there were a lot of teachers who were related to the family, so I want to go to tertiary. And my father became disinterested. Somebody told him that on Mameko University, I won't get a job. And then I didn't mind them. I went to buy a form. Those days, no mutati course, we were Kwelebu, laboratory technician. I went for the interview. Interview no muna, editor, Papa, we say, what do you call it? Original copies of our certificates. Into OG certificates now bedroom is soon. And I was like, no, are you sure you were invited for this interview? And I said, yes. I had the invitation to come for this interview. I was okay. Mention on inside on visa to confirm. I was like, why? I said, no, lab, no, it has to do with handling of equipment. And I said, I did chemistry, physics, and biology. And I also went in the laboratory. How is this one different? I was completely demoralized to the extent that I had to struggle to even mention my name before the panel because now some level of prejudice. Me call Father our mission house. I couldn't come out and say admissions in Yako. I should wait till the following year or no other catch us me papa. When I left Father's place, I decided to walk in the middle of the roads with the hope that I'll just be hit by a vehicle and that would have been all.
Wow.
So I was there, and then one Musa who taught me in primary school, he was coming with his bicycle and he shouted, "What are you doing in the middle of the road? Can't you see that cars are passing?" And I did so he stopped his bicycle and came and helped me and dragged me off the road because I felt that my school, what was I going to do? I was left alone to face my future. And people that I thought they should know better were rather more discouraging and other things. Then, then I went to school. When I was in tech.
Tech?
Yes.
Then what tech?
Yeah, me natural science was tech.
Hey, what be anyway, meet you.
Yeah, me natural science was tech. So on some holidays, I was in Accra, and then I had not finished paying my fees.
Okay.
And it was like that because of the 1994 conflict in the north.
Yeah.
My dad was also completely down. So who else? This is the only person who has trust in you, and my auntie. My auntie too had her case in John Tay, and then her family had just moved to the tertiary level, and a teacher, and also the bed in outdoors. I just thinking about it, and we wrote exams, and they said if you didn't pay your fee, they were not going to publish your exams. Now, the corporate announcer, me who anything about my performance in the previous semester. So I was with a cousin at Teshinungwa area. He was a police officer. So one day I said, no, I don't think I need to continue in this direction. So I went to a shop and I got myself a drug. But when I got back, something dawned on me. This cousin is an orphan. It was through someone's benevolence that he got to join the Ghana Police Service. So something happened to me under his roof. How was he going to survive it?
Yeah.
Then I thought about that.
Into a draw pharmacy shops will be cool.
Yes. Because it was just without going to school. What in the house they wouldn't if you obey you. So be best smile say, what to any bremeno and any home. Say mammy and any home. You were not part of any other thing. The only thing of which my and to be school. That was the only thing that I could get myself involved in. So every I feel like no, our society was not adequately placed to provide support systems for persons with disabilities. Because it's not about bread and butter. It's not always about money. But to just know that somebody is there for you.
Wow.
And it gets to a level, it seems that nobody cares.
You were depressed, eh?
Yes, so much depressed, and I think my mom was more depressed than me. And Kwame, let me tell you that I seriously suspect that my brothers have held back the cause of my mommy's death from me on that very day, 9 September 2010.
And now, mommy, where?
Yeah, my mom had her breakfast around 9 o'clock, and my sister left for the store. And in less than 15 minutes, oh, come and see what your mom was doing. And my mom had passed. When I went and I started, there was a young girl living with my mom. That girl was moved from the house almost immediately. Up to date, that girl has not come to us. She's gone back to her mom. Then I was asking. Then a woman told me that my mom had earlier on sent the girl to go and buy her a crate roof. And the girl went to the market and didn't buy, and she was angry with the girl. The following market day, she went to the market herself. And then the next market day didn't come. If you put bits and pieces together, which means she was like that because, like...
You mean your mother committed suicide?
That has been my suspicion. And nobody in the house has been able to tell me categorically that was not what happened.
She was so depressed.
Yes. So, caregivers, and we go through a lot of things. The level of anxiety and the future looks very bleak. So me, at a point in time, I just give myself the consolation that so long as I can read, and my lecturers will see a mark and I get higher marks, let me go to school. So if anybody asks me my motivation of climbing the academic ladder, it was just that was where I felt I was accepted, where I felt I belonged.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is only when you have something better to offer your colleagues by way of explaining to them what they didn't understand when the lecturer was teaching. That was why they saw you as somebody. But when they are going for their night clubs, they are going for... No, any the own kaho. With the class, no more back. This slide, this lecture, Dr. Sumi, solo model, no mean just here. Can you explain? Explain also. That's the only time you get thank you.
Quick one, and now we are regional minister for OT region. You're doing your PhD, okay?
And my submitted my final paper, so I'm just waiting for the external examiners.
PhD in what?
Finance.
Oh, we a problem child. We a problem child. Why a physics, chemistry, biology, a PhD in finance? Career science. PhD in finance. Just a beyond being. But Joshua, I hope I can call you Joshua. Is the issue of physically challenged people. And send your mind Ghana your shares and microphone. I wanted to use you as a poster boy, as a role model. Finally, I didn't have a chance anyone can say you. PhD in finance, degree in actuarial science, physics, chemistry, biology, and all of that. OT regional minister. So Obi go through BBC moi. I didn't have a catch
Your disability ain't the end of our life. The first thing I obey is to accept say I have limitation in doing some certain things, but there are other things that make you me even with my limitation. You always look for the alternative and focus. Okay, Mrs. Sana or Hono.
Yes.
And your politics in here. I was playing football for the Black Challenge. That's the amputee soccer team.
Oh, really?
My ball match was Agbona against Ghana Post Ladies and other things. But politics, I say, so there's always a way out. Who accept the situation now? Then you look out for what? Alternative and focus on the alternative to build yourself. going forward, the society will buy you back at a higher price than it sold you. But if you also decide to allow the stigma to sink you, to just look at what others are doing that you cannot do, you become completely devastated. And if you don't take care, you even commit suicide. But then, our society too, Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Menu can say, an institution like University of Ghana,
where
in a year you can admit over 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 students. So at least that quota of maybe 10 or 20 persons with disabilities. So government gives you scholarship before you yourself as a university can train them.
Good question.
If we have that, then local universities and some other public spaces they will write no taxis allowed beyond this point. So I am in my clutches. I am in a wheelchair. Then we get to the gate, and then a place like the University of Ghana Business School. We get to the gate. Now the taxi is not allowed to enter. Is it so difficult that the University of Ghana can just issue students with disability some special ID card, or even the school ID card? Just add another, indicate that a person with disability, so that at least that restriction will be taken away. You can show it, and when you are on board the taxi can move you to lessen your burden. Because some of these things make us feel excluded. Seriously.
We'll continue this conversation.
My MPhil at the University of Ghana, I said I was not going for the graduation. I had to take a friend of mine to come and then took me in her car, and then we went for the graduation. Because I felt that just like the business school, maybe because for taxi there's no taxi allowed beyond this point. Also, that's Uber Nigeria. You sweat. So you will not be feeling comfortable. Now, so me, I feel that in as much as persons with disability, encouraging and who say we can do something for ourselves. But then society also need. We don't need so big. That's those small things society should also do for us. And for those of us who think we don't have anything to offer, look, just smiling and giving a hug to someone living with a form of disability is worth millions of Ghana cedis.
Okay.
The last time I said on your show that when I got to University of Ghana to do my MPhil, the first year was actually a very tough year for me. The movement up and down. I did actuarial mathematics at the MPhil level when we were doing risk management and insurance. But the actuarial science professor, Prof. Andor, he got to a point, he never called me Joshua, he never called me Makubu, Josh. And the way he tried to abbreviate my name made me identify with him. And then I could walk to his, office. So he gave me some consolation. No, there was somebody. Then Dr. Eric Ofosuhini came to add to my number of friends. And then my dean by then, Professor Joshua Yedana, was always someone that when we met, at least his demeanor showed that I was welcome. Then Professor Boateng. So these are some of the things we need as we go along. It's not about money. It's not about favors. The last thing I will ask from anybody, especially if it has to do with the academic life, if I fail me and let me rewrite. Never attempt to pass me because I have a disability. But at least make your lecture conducive for me and welcoming for me.
100. Regional Minister OT Region Joshua Makubu, aka Josh. Thank you for your time, Medasi. Thank you for sharing your story this morning. Medasi pa. Peace 104.3. Let me just give you one line of this particular song, and then I'll come and wrap up this morning's edition. And wait. Yeah, just play. Oh, anyway, in America. Oh, okay. Onyanye. Okay, I'll look for it. Now, Sato.
Yes.
Only mo be a friend no Abeku Wilson.
Abeku Wilson.
Yeah.
Yes, minimum.
Okay. Kwame, ask Seto if she remembers Abeku Wilson. Seto was one of my great students. She is caring and focused. I am not surprised by the good work she's doing. Abeku Wilson, Savannah, Georgia, USA. I'm not sure you remember the person, do you?
I do. I remember him. He taught me in training college.
He taught you in training college?
Yes.
I'll say he's not surprised with what you're doing at all. Just Usubaya, no. You're a very, very caring person. Usubaya, no. And, well, my dear darling, Mami,
Yes, please.
before you go, there's a man called John Owusu. He's the Deputy Director of Finance at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. John Owusu is a chartered accountant who is also physically challenged. He says, I should tell you that he would like to join hands with you to make your project successful.
Thank you.
So I would connect you and John Owusu, Deputy Director of Finance at Konfanochi. He says he's inspired by your story. Inti, that is for you to know. Anything else you'd like to add before we go? Then I go to Prof and I'm done.
I just wanted to tell anyone who's physically disabled that they should just live their best life and they should not let it hinder them from what they want to do or what they want to achieve in life. And they should just know that they are not inferior to anybody, that limitation is just something that they have to overcome.
We'll overcome it. Mr. Owusu?
Yes, sir, Mr. Sipakan.
Martin?
Yeah, Jabba.
Apum?
Uncle Paul de Minquachemian, okay.
Chesa, what being my chartered accountant?
I deny.
Now, also you're physically challenged. Pacho, any demo, many in sound. Ohena, edidam.
Kwame Medasian, okay. Media, Menam, you need the quarry on the ground, yes.
Wow. In Tiabane, say no to me, do you have a chartered accountant, Deputy Director Finance, Konfanochi?
Mechanic said the journey has not been easy. Now, so already did in tea. Say, your cost to say, of Moody and Yamin, am I a hoarding? My wife for a boy who would be now to do baby now. I could see. Because yeah, often you be no Juma was in Michael's hospital. That is a mensa. Or no be identify me or share my phone crying said, meet me a sumpo. Into your mom on family and co school. That brand my VHS a maternal fee 4 good years. Then Yamiadum, maybe P or Jati from secondary school.
Mighty Japas.
Exactly. Me a general arts. Kwame. Na Miko PM Kumasi Polytechnic, now Kumasi Technical University.
Okay.
Now they me changing my course, me call accounting instead of general arts. Na Oko Poly I won't say buildings ni na sorry buildings. Now Obana said me Benjamin Wheater SC form na me fro Kosra. Na ya home tenants mama bemo. If you say me take inspiration from one Jimmy Dean or say I can't change the direction of the wind. But I can adjust myself to always reach my destination.
Yeah.
And no na me di me home kunae. E do baby ana eyedine. And so awrade adom ne motempo. Me ka say yenya nkuranche free afoforo pie nipa bebre na mafa won sem a wo hye me nkuran enti na mami adwa issue no. Me tia na me say no. This lady, she needs some of us to support her.
Okay.
Because you say, now, Mr. T, Honorable T. Regional Minister, so when he said, a young qua, your dorsal. Now say, a kind of woman, you say, who did your support from the state now? Young see bit my sombo. Kwame, Kakra, Yami de minimum from HND accountancy, then first degree in accounting, master's in accounting, and chartered accountant.
HND, degree, master's, chartered.
Exactly.
Just what's I'm being a broswaka.
A radiatum. A radiatum.
Trinqua.
Me home or they send me Tita Waba program book, myself, but send me more. Sounds to me, Yanti, and sounds to mammy, I'm going to be my insta. When Uncle Point Kwame.
Oh, Shane, your
movie at two now, my quiet to say, me free open your professor. First, oh,
I see, was
I am telling you, Kwame.
You've come a long way.
God has been good.
Deputy Director of Finance, Kokrokoo Teaching Hospital.
Radiato.
Oh, yeah, guy.
Nyamina
Oh, yeah, guy. But who see Sudan was secondary school near Denny University, no? Maybe I answer be a dinsim who almost thrown getting and 2 dinia there.
Kwame, met him at secondary school. Fact, on one because you were and I'm in Fantan coming call secondary school or we be junior. Yamima Minyadum.
Okay.
They were so supportive. Stigmatization, if the end say, the Archie Disabled Center and was them sending you one at the floor.
Okay.
Aha, and tea, and not yet. My family mum, me school now, me national service, baby, and I'm in tea in 3 bedroom. Okay, me, Kwame. I told you, me beginner station and I'm 2 minutes shoe.
Oh.
Driver bet me, I can't tell say, me, penny power, say, because me TV chair, moving at that. I'm a food in our Jacoshe put. Yam Pessi, a family, but a radiadum, and then Yanka Kamika.
Hey,
you know. And Tina meets that, Mammy, I drop a hockey name one. We can do it and do it better.
Wow.
Yes.
I like that. We can do it and do it better. So I'll connect you to Mami Adwa. Nefe, you take it up from there. Right. Also, yeah, that's say at least for you to share your story to inspire others. Yeah, that's it, baby.
Ready and come on.
And come home. John Owusu, Deputy Director of Finance, Kokrokoo Teaching Hospital. This song gives me a little inspiration. I'll do 1 minute and come to the studio and we'll wrap up. So we are. Keep hope alive.
Peace FM. FM. Mimuyo, Etimisayo. Mimuyo, Etimisayo. Mimuyo, Etimisayo.
I say we'll wrap up with this song. Mami Adwa.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Kaseri, I wish you well.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
I'll be here when you're looking for me. Okay?
Thank you.
Have a beautiful day.
You too.
Professor Joseph Osafo is the head of Psychology Department, University of Ghana, Legon. Prof. Seto, thank you very much for coming with Mami Adwa.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much
for having us.
Thank you. Anytime.
Welcome, Hansan Ombekono. Mami Adwa, we are very proud of you.
Thank you.
Kwame say, we have an association of Ghana Association for Suicide Prevention, and your Kokrokoo schools. A lot of students also experience EB in various forms and degrees. Now, EB are now very discouraged and depressed. Until young persons like Mami Adwa and others,
okay,
to move with us. Until if you don't mind, Madam, Mambo no mama.
Yeah, Bejama, Prof. You go born SCC at the assembly.
I had your own money, MOD. Now, we will have to engage Mami Adwa. Neko Secondary School, GHS, and Mofrebia, or more some forms of disability. No, what she's doing is an inspiration.
Yeah.
When we say, the key, the fundamental key virtue, you say, and graninya, a hope, and that's all. And that's exactly what this young lady, only your young crowd, on train and in answer. Said you buy a Marantawan and buy a word down on the whom say, said you to Obon, so when we are, when we do opinion. So also now, many Sanadian so, on also a person become. Kwame, the disability community, no, they are 5 times more likely to experience mental distress than the ordinary person. Yeah. 5 times more.
5 times more.
Because of discrimination, stigma, and a sense of dehumanization.
Yeah.
Because in culture, anything out of the ordinary is seen as strange. And to say, obi na ba kon ebi a obi intellectual or disabled, ebi a sensory or disabled. Na you hu bi da and we do for him fa and we oboso ba and we all kinds of things. Be cry people are using prosthesis just to be able to cut down the way people react to them. And
to think Mami Adwoa plays tennis.
Yeah.
And you play hockey.
Huh?
And you swim. And you play handball.
Can you imagine?
We a chick.
And she's heading towards a very good end.
Mami, we a chick, what? Do you know somebody called Jennifer Sentakwe?
Yes, please. That's my auntie.
She says congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So your auntie Jennifer Sentakwe says congratulations, and I should tell you, she's very proud of you.
Very much. You hear me saying that our fight against suicide, mental illness, depression, and all of those. And we really want to. I'll get back to you through your madam. Ebi eba mu school hokra. Yes. Na ya be any mabe program. Enti before am omechi ano. Na me shira mama ade say mama abofre am feeling very very distressed and with this kind of self-loathsome, feeling. Na me dem semen fata me dem na ma feature and all those negative words. Na mo hye nim kran say ombra no ye project na mo push project no. Na say teacher ni bia enti o. Yenga a school for yensema na yesema ya boss mama ni ade yenti. That's an example of a good teacher. Say brebi enkoya obetumi na wa encourage akra no na wa ma afoforo ahwede wo mo ye no nti antiseto nso nyame hira.
Now, apparently, you won medals in swimming.
Yes, please.
Hey,
what's that you?
You won medals in swimming.
Just a few.
Nonsense. What do you mean by just a few? What do you mean by just a few? Me wa down for you on.
FM.
Or you're physically challenged. But he's the most arrogant, physically challenged person I've ever met in my life. His name is Edward Ni Otu Otu. Na Edi Obi Adi Nimni Edi Banku. If he's opinionated,
thank you,
and he doesn't care.
And no.
Nah, I have this. Hey, Prof. Debunshi Aneda. Oh no.
Aye.
Radio so me can see. No, Obi out to me friend anopa. Charlie, how are you? Or go you there? Nah. Or say, I should tell you. And the regional minister and Mr. John also say this country is very difficult. Growing up with a disability, some of the things I've been through. Tell them that I said they should not let people's opinion of them be the opinion of themselves. Everybody should get out. Prof, you have never met an overconfident, physically challenged person ever in this world. Mami Adwoa, I'll let you meet him. And I just hope that this side of him doesn't rub off on you. Empacho, what's in crying? Anybody speaks or understands Ga?
Yes, please.
Kaka mokwe busa onujin. Yeah.
Managing himself.
Yeah.
Because
now onim ni there. Oko Christ the King.
Okay.
Oko Achimota School.
Oh, okay.
Oko Infant Sixth Form.
I see.
No call Legon.
That's any on them.
Into Oya Pose. Aze.
Where you go?
Where you go? Me, I go Christ the King, I go Mota, I go Kawicha, I go Legon. You weigh your legs all the way. Where you go?
Where you go?
Wait till you do.
When I'm here now.
Which kind of school you go? Name your school. So he says, I should tell you, big up, big up, big up. Okay? Have a beautiful day, mommy.
You too.
Oh, the best. Prof. Mebani Apong.
Aye.
We are. Onimnia Obenya. Don't give up. We'll come back and wrap up with Professor Joseph Osafo.
Bimuyo, eti misayo.
Yer canoni pa men kamu. Nanso kami frinya me sore ba no ma me nyansa nim de ni ache de ma me de bai. Sabi o mana ma be free mu die. Adwini mu sintonti. Ya bunyansa ni mu de ni mutia na yesum sika. Sika power way dia yo dokoto. Na sika panyo brenya o. Efise se bia jeje ne ti mamunu fompo na kwando do pi sunya sika. Enti se medi fie dia na na se mini ponu adi onu a mumu mi se me yo sanseni o minue.
Imuyo, enti mi say yo. Imuyo, enti mi say yo.
So we are. Only me Albania. Auntie, I'll just take a few minutes. We've overstayed our welcome already, but it is what it is. My big sister Yapipra Amekuji. Big sis, one love. Prof, na enkan pese me no wie but em say emre na aso. Prof, where the emre na aso? Enkan pese ye better discussion but
me ti ase.
Ye fan sheda.
Ai e bit me a try this.
Na obi se kwa me bibia be fine.
Well, fine. Ma come me just seconds na.
Mpacho me ti.
Me fan kan we Kwame Mpacho where they were dama. Wadama. Me mama bi otete me. On say we are see there. Ye nyina ati ye obi na aboan ho. E fe no Mrs. Rebecca say. Ne papa no ni bebre ni mu no. E fe no Mr. Ebenezer Fabel Pobi. O chere ade e wo Adisadel.
Okay.
Krofoni me pa. Kwame okoni nkrechi.
Oh.
Then ye fee or ye 86 or 89.
Oh.
When ye fee.
Yankopon fan the currency.
Na 29th year Ebenezer Methodist Church, Sildo, Cape Coast, 7 to 9 a.m. prompt. Adofo nyina mama yenkuja ye maame Mrs. Rebecca say ni apostle say. Na onfa ne maame ne omonsew. Omonkra chi kra. Me papa me na no.
And the prof when you
come on, I feed you as much to me. I feed you. We are crabas.
I could crab into the Biao.
As a mobile, Mumijamina, Yanko crab. Mr. Ebenezer Fabel Pobi. Or ye, Mrs. Rebecca say, Nikuno Apostle Daniel Kisea, on war dance my area, Ebebaso. Ebenezer Methodist Church, Sildo, Cape Coast, 7 to 9 a.m. prompt. Now come and no come interview away, come away at the bow.
Yamiadum.
Now, I don't come here and say, come and catch a black sheriff say, I'm contacting my wife.
100.
My trial.
What trial? 100. My catcher. Your prof, Yenya Dasi. Because in Como Yenri, one will say a branch and now cofro a no workers. One of them come. Prof will come back to mental next week Monday Nyame Adoma. We'll come back to mental health issues. Why? Medasi Professor Joseph Osafo, Head of Psychology Department, University of Ghana, Legon. And Nasia Kesie Ekoma Joshua Makubu Aye Oti, Regional Minister. Thank you for sharing your story. To you, Mr. John Owusu, Deputy Director of Finance, Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Thank you for sharing your story. And thank you very much for starting us off this morning. Alison Mamia Joa Intiwa Champong of Tema International School, thanks a lot for sharing your story today. And to your teacher who accompanied you, Seto Adi and Mamuti. Kofi Kumbilson is next on your radio. The next news broadcast is at 12. Remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive. It's all you have. I hope their stories have inspired you this morning. That is a tough world out there, but still we rise. May your day be blessed. Whatever happens, whenever you stop to say a prayer, Remember to say one for me too. Don't kill yourself. God bless. Good morning.
Enti mi say yo,